Alright, I got the ZOTEK ZT-Y digital multimeter here. This was sent to me for evaluation purposes so that I could show it to you, but all opinions are my own. So you get the box, obviously you get a set of instructions, you get 3 batteries. You get a temperature probe, you get your regular probes right here, and you get the multimeter itself obviously, and you get a bag to carry it all in. Let's get the batteries in this thing, we'll test it out, go over the features. And my opinion so far is this thing's pretty awesome, and everything you ever need for around the house type of work. It is drop resistant from 6 feet, which is pretty cool. It's anti-wear, it's dust proof, moisture proof, and it fits real nice in the palm of your hand and is easy to carry. Went through the features here. This thing can measure in AC/DC millivolts, voltage, amperage, milliamps, microamps, resistance, capacitance, diode, square wave output on here. It measures the temperature. It's got a little temperature probe over here, which I'll test that too. Pretty awesome. How cool is that? In Celsius and Fahrenheit, it's got a data hold on here, minimum and maximum, just all kinds of stuff on here. And let's test this thing out and let me show you some stuff. Obviously, you're going to hook your black up to your common right here, and I'm going to go in the volt ohm setting here just to show you. I'm going to use the stand. I'm probably not going to use the stand because you can read it a little better here. You can see it's got short tips on the end here if you want to use for like electronics, if you're on a circuit board, you don't want to dig, but you can also pull these off of here and get the long ones. That's what I'm going to use. So in the going to the top here, it has an actual light on here. If you press and hold the hold button down, a little light comes on, which would be great for nighttime. Press and hold the hold button again, it goes off. And on the top here, it has a non-contact voltage sensor. So I can set it to non-contact voltage, and it beeps. It tells me that I got voltage coming out of there. That's a cool feature for around the house. If I go over here into the voltage setting, for instance, I've got it into auto mode and it's set on DC. If I press the select button, I can change it to AC. And if I press the range button, I can set it to manual right there. So I'm gonna put it on auto AC, something around the house here. We can just test like this outlet right here. You can see that we have 120 volts coming out of the outlet like we're supposed to. If we cycle through here, we can see it's at 60 hertz, right where it's supposed to be. It also measures amperage and milliamps and microamps. Well, a lot of the stuff I'm going to do is just around the house type stuff. So I put it on the DC reading and test this battery. There it is, 1.5 volts. It's exactly what I'm supposed to have on this battery. We have the resistance and the capacitance and the ohms and all that stuff. So I've got it set into ohms right now. If I wanted to test the resistance of this guitar pickup, for instance, I could just test that, and it's exactly where it's supposed to be, between 6 and 7 on a Telecaster pickup. If I switch it over here to farads, I have 2 capacitors. I would expect this one to be at about 22, and I expect this one to be at about 47 with a 10% leeway there. So let's test this and see what we got. See, that's kicking in at 21. I can actually test capacitors with this. How cool is that? And test this one. Yeah, I thought 46. That's perfect, right where it's supposed to be. And test this pot wide open is at 485. Somewhere around there with the tolerance. That's exactly where I'm supposed to be. Let's go back to the resistance again. We could test this resistor right here, which is testing in at 297, and it is supposed to be 300. We'll test this to capacitance, and make sure that a cable, for instance, is working. So if I wanted to go end to end on this, I can see that that works. If I go on the tip side, I can see that that's working. It'll send square waves out, and you can actually change the value on there, 50, 100, 200, all the way up to 4,000, all the way up to 5,000. And there's your amp, milliamp. I love that it has the large, easy to read display. Something like this would obviously be great for electrical testing, electricians, automotive techs, facilities and maintenance techs. And it's just a great meter to have in your toolkit at home. ZOTEK ZT-Y digital multimeter.